day passes on eventually until 4th period. Science class. I find a seat near the back of the room and watch the clock's hand tick down the last few seconds to the bell. Right before the tone, one last student rushes in, out of breath. Oh shit, it's that girl again! I guess we shared a period too on the first day and I just didn't notice. She strides across the room. Oh wait, yeah, on the first day, because she didn't even know who she was at that point. She strides across the room and taking a seat without a word. Strangely, no one seems to acknowledge her. Not even a sneer or chuckle. That's odd. Or maybe the anti-bullying efforts work and they know not to fucking bully her in front of the teacher. Guess with how many people there were tonight, you expect at least a couple of snickers. But there she was, being completely left alone, or ignored. Desperate for attention. Seems almost worse than getting laughed at. Especially after that. Like, the tone is set, and the tone doesn't get there. You're like, where? The angry chat of the room dies out as the teacher stands from his desk, moving to the front of the room. It's Farnsworth! Oh, I forgot he's in this! I saw him when I was unzipping the images, like some garbage happened because my virus thing was deleting everything. And I noticed Farnsworth's picture as like, oh, this is a duplicate. Good news, everyone. Today we'll be having a lab on magnetic fields. Find a partner and get prepared. I lost his voice because I can't... My heart sunk as those dreaded words passed my ears. Find a partner. I know it's pointless, but I have to try. Maybe someone was out sick. With my luck, though, I'll probably just end up with that false lover teacher. With everyone else already started on the assignment, I resign myself to working twice as hard. Hurry up, Mr. Anon. Your partner is waiting for you. What? Very well. Fang, would you be so kind as... Look at him. He is so nice about this. He actually bothered to learn it. But I guess teachers would probably get smacked for that. That's a character I want to integrate into the story, by the way, is Dr. Giegler. And the whole point behind Dr... Let me just lay this out, because fuck it. It's my LP. I do what I want. There are a bunch of other LPs you can watch if you just want the gimmick. The point is, I really like the idea of, like, Mrs. Roberts used to teach the CIS courses. That is, character inclusivity and sensitivity. Basically, I kind of portray Volcano High's world as a bit more utopic, a bit more utopian. And so every first year goes through this massive course of like sex education, what LGBT stuff is, etc., and that used to be given by Mrs. Roberts. Mrs. Roberts is old, and Dr. Giegler is like a fresh upstart psychologist who's like, yes, I'm going to pull out that old rickety thing that doesn't understand LGBT kids, and I'm going to teach them how it is. And so Mrs. Roberts is like, I did my best. I'm not even straight, and she's just giving me shit for nothing. But anyway, everyone thinks that Dr. Giegler takes it too far. Like, all the kids are like, every single time anything happens, Dr. Giegler's the one to give you shit about things. Like, everyone continuously jokes whenever it's relevant and like any sort of like mild, it's perfectly fine misgendering. It's like, be glad Dr. Giegler's not there. Man, if I went to the psychologist, they'd probably just tell me it's an LGBT thing. And that's like, everyone knows that all Dr. Giegler gives a shit about is like being hot and happening. But the point is that that's kind of a defense mechanism, because Mrs. Roberts is pissed about it, has a kind of a feud, but Dr. Giegler just wants to prove that she's with the kids. I like to imagine there needs to be a background reason for it. I'm still working on that, but I like the idea of like a psychologist who takes it too far. Not in the creepy way, but in the way it's like, they get it, right? We get it. But I need my antidepressants, not hormones. Not that bad, by the way, because that would probably be like an actual legal issue, but hey. Well, good job, Anon. You're sharing a sheet with Fang. I saw a momentary confusion as someone took a seat next to mine. You forgot her name already. Their name, excuse me. What is Spaghetti Alert? Spaghetti Alert! Spaghetti Alert! DEFCON Level 2! There's a femoid within arm's distance looking at me! Deploy all spaghetti lockdown measures! Dude, you can't cover up your penis like that. If you're gonna get a stiffy, you gotta deal with the fallout. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Sup? Thanks, you too. Shut! Recovery maneuvers now! I like her tail. Looks very cute. Hey, not much. You? Child recovery successful. None of your business. Just do the damn assignment and don't bother me. Oh. You upset right now or something? What was your first fucking clue? Last time I'll say it. Just do the assignment and don't bother me. Okay, gotta keep cool-headed. So, this assignment then. By the way, I do have a fancy Yeti mic, and it's up there on my bookcase. It's up there. I don't want to use it because it's trouble and it requires another USB slot, and I don't have too many to go around. Sorry. I'll use it for a podcast just to be a dick, just so that they're like, "What happened to your voice?" I'm like, "I'm still working on the buttons." After that, we open up books and start trying to decipher who Lorentz is and why his force is magnetic. Ooh, 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 Lorentz. Ooh, 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 Lorentz. Wikipedia. Ooh, 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 ooh. I remember this. This is ooh. Ooh, ooh. Please, Google, please. No, that's Lorentz transformation. That's a whole different thing. You dingus. You dongle. You absolute buffoon. You clown. Everyone is already laughing at you. Or is that the same thing? I don't even know, man. Does it have anything to do with magnetism? The transformations were the result of Lorentz trying to explain the speed of light. Oh, goddamn. Of course fucking Farnsworth would assign you this assignment. He's like, yeah, this is fine for kids. Not that my high... Actually, high school here is not translatable all that well to... I thought this was like the right-hand rule stuff. I must have mistaken. I remember Lorentz stuff, but... Oh, it's just the... Why is there a page for just the name? The Lorentz factor, the Doppler effect, the Lorentz law, the law regarding the refractive index of a substance discovered independently by Hendrik Lorentz and Ludwig Lorentz? Oh, it's one without the T. That's fucking stupid. The Lorentz force, that's the one I'm thinking of. Oh, this is so hilarious. I'm laughing my ass off. There we go, the Lorentz force. Ah, it's beautiful. Physics. It has been too long. Yes! It's the right-hand rule! Yeah! Love that baby. Give me that right hand. No, wait. There you go. Sorry, I get distracted. I'm having fun. With that, we open our books and try to decipher who Lorentz is and why his force is magnetic. If he's German, that last one is Lorentz, because the Z is a tz. Things are going well for the first few questions. I remember it from that time I tried to make a railgun. Yeah, that probably didn't go too well. Failure or success. And how are you two doing so far? We're fine, Dr. Farnsworth. I see. And you, Anon? Yeah, what she said. That's the weirdest she said ever. Why is Dr. Farnsworth making that face? I turned to Fang and asked what a deal is, and... Oh. I just noticed! Oh, no! Oh, dear. Good news, everyone! The newbie made a mistake! Mistakes have been made. She? Yes? Can you not see? Oh, raptor Jesus almighty, this is an absolute worst-case scenario. The infuriated pterodactyl wings are spread wide and a talon finger's jab in my chest. That's gotta hurt, dude. Those things are manicured. I like a little bracelet, though. That's a cute bracelet. I am non-binary. How was I supposed to know something so trivial would set something like this off? What are you, Dr. Giegler? I've misgendered like 5 people here today, and they all didn't give a shit. You know, like it wasn't done in malice. Actually, if you pay attention, a lot of characters, background characters especially, in Goodbye Volcano High are in fact they them. Ain't that some shit? Was there like... Well... I can't bring myself to say anything. Oh. So that's how it's going to be, huh? Fang? You think you can just spit in my face and then give me the cold shoulder? I'll have you know. Fang! Truth bullet fired. No, wait, that's Danganronpa. I don't know much about that. I can't quote that. It feels like the world just stopped. All eyes are on Fang. Fang is now the target. And in Fang's eyes, I see something flash briefly, judging by those exaggerated movements and eloquent speech. This is something that Fang had been practicing. This was supposed to be a big moment where she stopped an evil bigot, and the whole class would clap. Unfortunately for her, Dr. Giegler isn't here. Admittedly, most teachers don't even like Dr. Giegler, especially not Laws and Quinton. A gay couple, I've heard. They get along just fine, but Dr. Giegler keeps insisting that they're too old to be hip with the kids or something like that. How do you become a psychologist working at a school like that? I demand to know. God damn it. Lars and Quinton are weird. The whole script has gone through so many revisions. I don't have a core idea. I'm just having a vibe more like. It's not helping, but it is exposing my weaknesses. That's nice. It's supposed to be a big moment where she stopped an evil bigot, and the whole class would clap. In all her planning and practice, Fang made one crucial error. The teacher didn't give a shit. Oh, no, nobody cared. Please consider stepping into the hall for a moment. Wait, did she just lose color? Fang is quick to exit the room. Dr. Fernsworth turns a sympathetic look towards me. Forgive the man on. You must understand that Fang is experiencing issues. My issue is that I have diabetes. I'm very fat, you see. People say, oh, you're not that fat, but they don't realize that I should be 50 pounds lighter than this. And that's the minimum. What the fuck just happened? Well, she blew up at me when I called her a she. She was already upset about something before. Dude, could you still not figure out what the pronouns are? My dude. Was she upset because of the concert the other day? That's been like several days. Looks like I pushed her over the edge. I love that he realized that she rehearsed that. That's great. Oh no, she has to do the first apology. Oh no. Sits down without a word. Sorry. Don't worry about it. Just a period. That says it all, doesn't it? Ooh, can you get ellipses? Ooh, it's the ellipses. Things are brewing. Now that I think about it, something's off. Fang claims not to be male or female, but the clothes she's wearing are clearly provocative. Yeah. I mean, that's expression. That's like a whole different thing. I don't think Anon would know that. I don't know if the writers know that. That's a whole different question. But why is she wearing a bisexual bracelet? You can't be bi if you're neither, you dumb fuck! You gotta be pan at that point. Sorry. Bi is two. You are not two. You are explicitly outside of the two. I wouldn't call it provocative, though. The point is that they live in the tropics, so admittedly, it kind of makes sense they would dress in something that's light. Like, if she went full sleeves and everything, ugh. That being said, that's arms and legs, not midriff. That's a whole different topic. Also, like, is it that provocative? Is it? Your standards are a bit high. And besides, like, those arms are terrible for sleeves. As I imagine that most tops would not cooperate with those wings either. Does she pull on her shirt by, like, pulling the neck? No, wait, there's like little bits over her shoulder. But if it's just like the neck hole and the rest in the back is open for the shoulders, then does she like pull it up like pants and then pull over her head? That's a fun way to do it. Also, I like how just a minute ago he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then he's like, oh, I got it figured out. I guess it took a moment for all the thoughts to settle in. It's almost like she's showing off her femininity. Then why? Why would somebody wearing revealing clothes go to church? That's not how it works. In fact, and I wonder if it's done intentionally. Sage very specifically points out that trans male, by the way, that he as a trans male is dressing rather childishly, and that frustrates the situation and makes his parents think that he's not as serious. And you know what? That's a fair argument to have. With Fang, it's a bit different, though, and that's the point. We'll get to that. Don't worry. The story will unravel itself like a good story does. It's almost like they're just looking for And then suddenly it hits me. I recall members of a slightly younger Anon, running around the school with a cape, pilot goggles, and 3 plastic katanas. That was a quick way to get sent to the Blister office, for carrying weapons, probably. Are you even listening to me? Do I now? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I could tell. She mutters as she turns back to the assignment. You've been staring at me for the last 5 minutes, freak. Judging by the looks of the class, and both of our current social standing, we probably will be working together a lot more. Don't be a shit. Unfortunately, I am a little shit. I just want to see what she has to say about that. Yeah! Yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Sorry for calling you a girl. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, to be fair, not every choice has to mean something. Sometimes it's about getting into character, living up the moment, inhaling the character, and getting a vibe. Non-binary people don't owe you androgyny. Also, technically, androgynous kind of implies binary anyway, which is it's weird stuff. Doesn't seem like something she wants to hear right now. So, you're NASA's sister, right? Sibling... Right, sorry. I mean, I imagine that Fang's whole bigot thing is deflated partially by Farnsworth, and also partially because at this point, she kind of doesn't get a good setup. Like, there is no counter pressure. There are mistakes, but there's no ramp for her to really do anything with, and the ramp she had has been deflated. So it's like, frustrating. Oh. Yes, NASA's my baby brother. Why do you ask? I was just curious. NASA's been helping me settle into school. He somehow finds time in between babysitting you all the damn time. Of course he did. I just wish he'd keep out of my fucking business for 2 seconds. Sure. Actually, thinking about NASA, it's more that he worries a little bit too much for that sister of his. Oftentimes when I'm with him, he's anxious about something she's done. I like how Naomi isn't humoring it. Which is interesting, because again, Dr. Farnsworth was going along with it. But names are different, I guess. Names are a bit more like, you can ignore names. Pronouns tend to be used in contexts where it's not in the dress in that way, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. Learn, think. Love how they use palm trees, but the outside looks so bleh. You told me about what happened the other day. Sorry to hear that's something that happened to you in your band. What do you care? I don't know. Certainly my shoes seem more interesting than the conversation at hand. Just think it's messed up. People would just go to a show to laugh at you. Guess you aren't that awful. Listen, I think that Fang would have a natural... Like, it depends, right? If humans have a history of being, like, LGBT unfriendly, then Fang would be repelled. But he's, like, the one in school. I imagine there's probably other non-binary students or in that area, given the amount of people there are, and just, like, raw statistics. But Fang should be attracted to him as a friend, as like, oh, you're also weird. Like me, I'm also different, you know? Unlike every other guy in the school. The rest of the period passed between continued small talk with Fang. She seemed to be controlling the conversation, though. The bell rings, Fang whips out her phone, and immediately starts tapping away. You're going to your next class. Who cares about being late? Fair, see you then. She lazily waves a hand at me, and I make my way to the next class. Unfortunately, 5th period is mathematics. You poor sap. Okay. Oh. Whew. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so, I used to be shit at math, and later in life I realized I really like math. It's cool. I like hearing about math. Not good at it, but I like hearing about it. I'm barely keeping myself awake. Oh, let's actually make a break moment. Let's do one more. Just one more. What could possibly go wrong?